I already touched on what the three main drivers are, but let me run you through some of the other elements contemplated. Inflationary assumptions are factored into the growth assumptions. We have to make assumptions about inflation and the costs over time. We also make assumptions about the growth in the customer base and the demand for services. We then are able to make assumptions around our operating and maintenance budget and what those operating costs look like over time, as well as our capital needs through a capital improvement plan. Finally, existing debt service and financing associated with the funding plan for the capital is reviewed, along with ensuring that in the rate study, we maintain compliance with our cash reserve targets. Next slide. Here we identify what are some of the key assumptions that form the baseline of the forecast. We currently serve around 34,000 single-family residential customer accounts and 8,300 multifamily non-residential accounts. We did not assume growth based on projections by the California Department of Finance projections. Our revenue projections are based on a forecast of those customer statistics and demands applied to the current rates for service when we evaluate the existing charges, along with the other fees, as we just ran through the different types of fees and charges. We then develop a forecast of the operating cost, which is based on the currently adopted fiscal year 2023-2024 operating budget, which commenced with the fiscal year on July 1st of this calendar year. We also assume the infrastructure use fee repayments to the general fund, which had ceased due to litigation, will restart in the fiscal year 2025. Next slide, please. With respect to the capital, we assume the replacement of the Del Norte or significant capital investment to the Del Norte Material Recovery Facility beginning in the fiscal year 2026, as well as vehicles to be rented or purchased starting in fiscal year 2025 to address the fleet replacement needs of the system. In order to do this, we've assumed debt financing beginning in fiscal year 2026-2027 timeline, and the terms of those assumptions are for 20 years at a 5% rate for the long-lived assets, such as the material recycling facility. And for the shorter-term assets like vehicles and trucks, we assumed a 7-year term at a 3% rate. The 7-year term is consistent with how the city has historically debt financed vehicle purchases.